Daniel was 27 years old, and he had never finished anything in his life. Not the guitar he bought at 19, not the business plan he wrote at 22, not the online course he paid for at 25. They all started the same way, with excitement, with energy, with that feeling that this time would be different. And they all ended the same way too, quietly, without anyone noticing, gathering dust in the corner of his life where all the unfinished things lived. But there was one dream that never went away no matter how many times he ignored it. Writing, real writing, stories that made people feel something. He had wanted it since he was a kid. He still wanted it at 27, and he had done absolutely nothing about it for years. Not because he didn't care, but because he was terrified. Terrified that he would try and find out he wasn't good enough, and somehow not knowing felt safer than knowing. So he waited. He worked his shift at the print shop every day. He came home, he watched TV, he went to sleep. And somewhere in the back of his mind, the dream just sat there, patient, quiet, waiting for him to stop being afraid. Then one night, everything shifted, and it happened in the most ordinary way possible. It was a Tuesday, late. Daniel was finishing a rush print job at work, a local magazine, hundreds of copies. He was stapling them, stacking them, not really paying attention, just doing the job. But at some point, his eyes landed on one of the pages. There was an article. A woman had written about her cancer diagnosis, about how for years before she got sick, she had a list of things she wanted to do: write a book, learn to paint, call her estranged sister. And she kept putting them off, kept telling herself she had time, that she would do it when things calmed down, when she felt ready, when the moment was right. Then the diagnosis came, and suddenly she understood something she couldn't have understood before. The moment was never going to feel right. She had been waiting for a feeling that was never coming, and she had wasted years doing it. Daniel stood in that print shop at 11 o'clock at night and felt something crack open inside his chest. He wasn't sick, his life wasn't in danger, but he recognized himself in every single word she wrote. He had been doing the same thing, waiting, always waiting. He folded one copy of the magazine and put it in his jacket pocket. He didn't know why, he just knew he needed to keep it. He drove home in silence. No music, no podcast, just the sound of the road and his own thoughts, which were louder than usual. He walked into his apartment, sat down at the kitchen table, and did something he hadn't done in years. He opened his laptop. Not to scroll, not to watch anything. He opened a blank document, and he started writing. He didn't plan it. He didn't outline it. He didn't wait until he had a good idea. He just started typing whatever came out. And what came out surprised him. He wrote about being 12 years old and moving to a new town for the 5th time. He wrote about walking into a school cafeteria where everyone already had their table, their people, their place, and he had none of it. He wrote about sitting by the window alone and watching everyone else like he was watching a movie he wasn't allowed to be in. He wrote for 2 hours without stopping. When he finally looked up, it was almost 2 in the morning. His back ached, his eyes were tired, but he felt something he hadn't felt in a very long time. He felt like himself, like the real version of himself that had been buried under years of waiting and fear and self-doubt. He read back what he had written. It wasn't perfect. Some parts were messy. Some sentences ran too long. But underneath all of that, there was something true, something honest, something that felt like it actually mattered. He closed the laptop and went to bed. And for the first time in years, he fell asleep without that heavy feeling in his chest, that feeling of another day gone by without doing the thing that mattered most. The next evening after work, he wrote again. Not for 2 hours this time. He was tired. He only had 25 minutes before he needed to make dinner. So he wrote for 25 minutes. That was it. He didn't wait for a free Saturday afternoon. He didn't wait until he had the perfect setup. He used what he had. 25 minutes on a Wednesday night at a second-hand kitchen table with one broken laptop key. This became his life. Not glamorous, not cinematic, just a tired guy writing in small pockets of time because small pockets of time were all he had. Some nights it was 30 minutes, some nights it was 10. Once it was just 6 minutes on his phone during his lunch break. But he showed up. Every single day he showed up.
There were hard nights. One Thursday he sat down to write and nothing came. He stared at the blank screen for 20 minutes. Every sentence he started felt stupid. Every idea felt weak. He almost closed the laptop. He almost told himself he wasn't cut out for this. But instead, he made a decision. He said out loud to nobody in his empty apartment, "I'm not leaving this table until I write one honest sentence." Just one. He sat there, and eventually it came. One sentence that led to another, that led to a paragraph, that led to a page. He learned something that night that no writing course had ever taught him. The feeling of not being ready never goes away. You just have to write anyway. 6 weeks in, he wrote something that stopped him completely. A short piece about the night his dad told him they were moving again. He was 14. He remembered every detail. The smell of the kitchen, the sound of his dad's voice trying to make it sound exciting, the way he went to his room after and picked up a pen for the first time because he didn't know what else to do with everything he was feeling. He read it back 3 times, and then he did something that scared him more than anything he had done in years. He posted it online. No announcement, no build-up. Just posted it on a small writing platform at midnight and then put his phone face down on the nightstand before he could take it back. He barely slept. In the morning, there were 14 comments. 14 strangers, and almost every single one said the same thing in different words. "This is my story too. I thought I was the only one who felt this. Thank you for writing this. I needed it today." One person wrote, "I moved 9 times before I turned 16. I've never seen anyone describe that feeling so exactly." Daniel sat on the edge of his bed reading those words, and something inside him that had been wound tight for years just slowly let go. He hadn't published a book. He hadn't gone viral. He hadn't achieved anything that the world would call impressive. He had written one honest piece and posted it at midnight, and 14 people felt less alone because of it. That was enough. More than enough. He kept going, month after month. Some pieces landed, some disappeared into silence, but he kept going, and he kept getting better. Not because talent suddenly appeared, but because he kept doing the thing, over and over and over again, in the small, quiet, unglamorous hours that nobody sees.
18 months after that Tuesday night in the print shop, a small publisher reached out. They had been reading his work. They asked if he had enough material for a collection. He opened his folder. There were 97 pieces. He hadn't even been counting. One piece at a time, in stolen minutes after long shifts, he had built something real. The book came out the following year. Small print run, small publisher. Not a bestseller, but real. His name on the cover, his words inside. The words that had lived in his chest for years, waiting for him to stop waiting. At the launch event, a young woman came up to him. She looked nervous. She said, I've been wanting to write for so long, but I keep thinking I'm not ready." Daniel looked at her for a moment. Then he said very simply, "I wasn't ready either. I just started anyway, and starting is what made me ready." That is the whole story. No magic, no perfect moment, no lightning bolt from the sky. Just a guy who finally got tired of waiting and wrote one honest thing on a Tuesday night when he was supposed to be sleeping. And then did it again and again, until the life he had been waiting to start was already happening all around him. Maybe you have something like that, something you keep putting off, something that lives in the back of your mind and never fully goes away no matter how busy you get. You know what it is. You've always known. The question isn't whether you're ready. You're never going to feel ready. The question is whether you're more afraid of failing than you are tired of waiting. Because here is what Daniel figured out in that print shop at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night. The perfect moment is not coming. It was never coming. The only moment you ever had was right now. It was always right now. So stop waiting. Start tonight. Start small. Start messy. Start scared. Just start and watch what happens.